He's best known as the star and creator of the hit Netflix series Magic for Humans, and he's going to be performing at the Florida Theater February 25th at 7 p.m. That's this weekend. So let's welcome Justin Willman. Thanks for joining First Coast Living.
Hi, Jordan. So excited to be here.
You make people laugh. You do magic. What came first? I mean, what was your initial passion?
Well, I got to say, like growing up as a kid, I was obsessed with Johnny Carson, Steve Martin. I loved The Tonight Show. As soon as I heard Johnny Carson started as a magician, I was like, I gotta become a magician. It sounds like that's how you do it. Steve Martin started as a magician. I was like, I gotta become a magician if I want to be Steve Martin. Arsenio Hall started as a magician. I was like, I gotta become a magician. So I became a magician, and I never stopped doing that. So magic was always the first thing. Wow. Being funny was always like a bonus to the magic. but doing tricks when people don't expect it, like like that's the fun stuff. What the heck? He's coughing up cards on the air. Jordan, I could teach you a trick right now.
Teach me a trick.
On the air. And you can attest to the viewers, like we did say hi moments before this, but we didn't set anything up.
Correct.
And this will be your first magic trick?
Yes. Well, I used to be able to do some card stuff when I was a kid, but I've forgotten it all now.
Okay, good.
I know.
I got a jar of M&Ms. You don't know how many M&Ms are in here, I don't think.
I do not.
Right? No, right? I know.
Because I'm not psychic, so I have no idea.
I'm going to make you psychic. That's the bit. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes right here. Okay. I'm sending you the knowledge. Now, you might be like, I didn't get anything. Just give me your gut instinct. How 86. Many M&Ms? How many?
86. Shut up.
How did you? 86.
No.
Yeah, that is exactly right. I'll prove it. Here, we'll count them. I don't know how much time we have for this interview. So 1, 2. Oh, here, I wrote it in the lid. There you go. 86. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Most people think it's way more than that, but yeah, you nailed it. Very impressive.
Yeah. So you're not going to tell me how that happened, though.
I can't tell you.
Okay, well, I'm going to piggyback off of that really quickly. That was oh my God. Okay, I'm kind of.
It was a donut. Sorry, that was not part of the show. The cards were part of the show. Coughing up a donut. That's.
Well, then you probably feel better now.
So
but piggybacking off of what you were just talking about, the secret of portion of this. I mean, how do you learn tricks? Because people are so secretive about teaching.
It is true. I always thought it's like this paradox where people say, never reveal the secret to a trick. But then how does anybody ever become a magician? Somebody spilled the beans, right? So when I was a kid, when I was like, I showed this interest in magic, the library has a magic section that as a kid, any library I went to, I would just beeline straight to that section. And there'd always be a couple books that I'd never seen before. I would kind of learn a new thing and a new thing and a new thing. Now, these days, of course, kids don't know the Dewey Decimal System because they don't have to, because they can just Google it. So there's you seek and you shall find, I think, when it comes to magic knowledge. And then I had a bunch of mentors that, taught me various things over the years. The first trick I ever learned, I mean, this is one your viewers could definitely do if they want. It's the mystery of the silver orb that just levitates.
Oh,
that's a soup ladle. You just stick it up your sleeve. That's how to do that one. I learned that as a Boy Scout. Just stick a ladle up the sleeve.
Nothing on my sleeve, but in this case, yes. But it really did look like a ball. You really tricked me.
It did. Some magic is easy like that. Most of it is not. Most of it's hard. But it's funny. Most people. Like, there's two types of people who come to my shows, like the one I'm doing at the Florida Theater on Saturday night. Smooth plug. Two types of people. There's people who love magic. They don't want to know how the tricks work. They just want to experience the wonder. These are magic lovers. And then the second group of people are the people the first group brought with them. Okay. These are the plus ones. They don't love magic because they don't like not knowing how it works. Right. Mm-hmm. So my job, and I take great pride in this, is trying to convert just magic skeptics into at least like magic lovers for the night, because I feel like we know so much. There's information barraging, we just coming at us every which way. It's just nice to not know. It's nice to feel like a kid again, at least for 2 hours,
That's a good way to look at it. And I mean, yes, of course I would like to know, but it takes away the magic, quite literally.
True.
All right, so what can we expect at your show at the Florida Theater this weekend?
Well, this tour, it's called Magic for Humans in Person. So it's basically for the people who've seen my show Magic for Humans on Netflix, which is on, this 2-dimensional form. My goal is to bring this to your town right in front of your eyes. It's an all ages show. So, parents can bring their kids. Kids can bring their grandparents, everyone in between. It's a great date night. And I've got so much cool stuff that I've been working on over the past couple of years that I'm just excited to share. You know, it's a very funny show, very interactive. We will make two guys invisible at one point at the show. No spoilers, but two dudes will be invisible temporarily, and then they'll come back. That's going to be a fun experiment. And yeah, this is most importantly, this will be my first show in Jacksonville.
Yay!
So come celebrate, break the ice with me, friends, this Saturday night at the Florida Theater.
This was so much fun, Justin. And just to remind everyone, again, February 25th, which is this Saturday at 7 p.m. at the Florida Theater. You can go to floridatheater.com for those tickets. Thank you again, Justin.
You're welcome.
And if you'd like to see this interview again, just head to our website at firstcoastliving.net.